Hi, my very good people. Welcome back to Afarmers Media. This is your breakfast mid-morning show. I am your host, Helena J. And I have a guest for today. My guest, tafadhali sema. I think umejua hii sura sana. He needs no introduction, but wacha aseme tu for the newcomers of today.
I think is the first is in part of the name guest.
Guest. Yes. Host too.
No. Missy host.
Ghost. Ulisema ni ghost.
Mimi ni ghost worker.
Oh. So our ghost worker. Sorry, ghost worker.
Ni ghost worker hapa anafanya kazi ya kupunguza mitambo na kuosha vyombo vya habari. Yes, I go by the name Ochieng Kevin. Yes, I'm happy to be here always and forever.
Oh, you're welcome.
Always and forever inaonga 3 months siku hizi.
Kuna time limit.
Time limit is about 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay, so you can find us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook always, every single day. And you can find us on all social media from Twitter, Afarmers Media, YouTube, Afarmers Media, and our website is www.afarmers.co. So our topic for today is the future for youth in agriculture. We're going to be delving into that. And our hashtag for today is Afarmers or farming for profits. Okay. Now, before we even start anything, nataka tujue what is happening on our roads for today. Kawedha kanakaaje. So our ghost worker for today. Atuambie kawedha kanakaaje, ka traffic kako vipi.
And on to the traffic for today. And Tanza on a very high note. Si mnipei kazi kugather all traffic information. Thika road. Na posti.
Unapostianga tu on a daily.
So we'll read a few tweets here. There's a wiring issue cause damage or engine failure. Lots of KDs in garages now. These new cars are terrible for Africa. All right. Brenda Ngoya, Matwana culture. One thing for sure, Kenyans love the Matri culture. It gives a vibe. Nganya, right? All right.
Who doesn't enjoy Nganya?
There's traffic. Langata Road. Kama kawaida inaonga ni kama umefuga wanyama wa gari hapo. Noise and bypass dual carriage will take a lot of lives. That's anyway people using that bypass take caution. All right. Sema traffic police amesema Kiambu Road ni kukula hapa Modega ufungui. Crazy traffic. Jogo Road imeshikana hadi Manyanja Road. Find out alternative roads if you're using that road. There's about a few. If you know anything where you are stuck somewhere, help a brother to help a brother.
Yes,
if you can find alternative roads, use those ones. Take care of the roads. Na uchungule sana because you can be a good driver, but when you're mbele yako ako crazy. Take care of yourself on the roads.
Yeah, that reminds me, was it yesterday or the day before? There was a car accident and then this guy was trying to overtake. And anafika tu kwa hiyo car accident anadhania ati ni watu tu
that happened I think it was in Botswana. So if you see there's a snarl up, don't just rush thinking you're overlapping. Maybe it's an accident. So that guy overtook. He was speeding, then there was an accident. Now he ended up killing more people than needed. There's someone here says when will Super Metro start playing Gong Road by Langata Road? Tulisema ajendangu shago.
Wow. Hey, violence early in the morning.
Then the GM roundabout is madness. Watu wanaomba Kenha tafadhali tengeneze barabara. Then when you tumia magari ukiona mtu kwa barabara, there's some places hakuna flyovers watu kutumia au the footbridges hakuna. So as a motorist at least slow down. Ukiona mtu kwa barabara tafadhali tu usiwe na haraka. Murunia apite, kuvuka barabara ni ngumu.
It needs calculations.
Na hiki tu moja tunakula na gideri. Tunashinda kuvuka barabara. So if you are a motorist tafadhali
be careful with
that. I think that's all for now. We'll give you more later on.
Okay, so thank you for that. Umesema, now what about the weather for today?
The weather for today, the only rain in the places, very few places.
Very few places.
We'll be arriving in the coastal region actually. It will be raining.
Kajiado hakuna dalili.
Kajiado nyinyi mtajipanga. We have Mombasa really today temperatures will be as like this. 22 degrees minimum and the highest at 28. Nairobi as always in the fridge. 15 degrees minimum, maximum 26.
Sawa.
Kisumu 18 minimum, 29 maximum. Eldoret 11. Wow. 11 ni baridi kama hii huko 15 na ni baridi hivyo. Eldoret is at 11, Nakuru at 12 minimum. So dress warmly. Auto Mandera. Hey, watu mtafute ni Ningo light. Minimum 25, maximum 37. So the northeastern sides
is a bit
too hot for today. Those are around let's go for those who are in Kajiado. I know you are interested in the Kajiado weather so much.
My place.
Kajiado today they're saying it's at 19 degrees. 19 degrees, not too hot, not too cold. Ikapo katikati. But wanasema kutembea ni vizuri leo at least. Unatembea bila kuchoka. So it's partly cloudy. The winds today is at 30 km per hour. Hey. Mbona kunaambia hivyo?
Sawa.
It's going to rise from 15 to 30. So mjipange for that. Isikubebe watu.
Unabebwa Joshua.
Team Wakonde forever.
Wow.
Humidity is at 42% today. UV index for Kajiado is always extreme. So mchunge vichwa zenu. Sunscreen muhimu hapo. Then we're going to have sunset today. Itatokea by 6:30. Tuko sunset hapo. So I think that's all for Kajiado today.
Let's get that comprehensive weather report ya Kajiado. Forget the other counties. Mambo mpaka sunset.
But when talk about Kajiado, it's all about the metropolitan side of Kajiado. We have at the river Isinya, Kajiado, Machakos, Masi, Wote, Nunguni, sijui kuna wapi Nunguni I think iko hapo karibu na Sultan Hamud mbele yake kidogo.
I've never been to I've never been past Kajiado. Anyway. Kajiado Isinya, Kajiado, that's it.
Tunaelewa, sijali. Ukiona watu
no comment.
Umetuchoma watu wengine watembeangi sisi tutembea kwa hizo majua. So I think that's all for the weather too.
Thank you for that. I want to go back to our topic for today. Our topic is about how to attract the youth into agriculture, or rather into farming. Now, before I continue, this is something I want to read for you guys. And it's saying, food is an essential need of humanity. That is very true. And it's needed for growth to obtain necessary nutrients for our lives. A country that cannot feed herself will soon be a subservient to countries that produce abundant food. That is so true, because you're going to constantly borrow food on a constant because you can't sustain your country. And we also need food to carry our daily activities. But the question is, do countries have enough farmers of their own to feed the nation? Or how can the youth be able to be engaged, to be able to participate into farming?
The thing is, they say the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but I think that tomorrow I've been singing ever since I was in nursery school. So tomorrow I think is today for us, and today is now. Tomorrow is now. So, and farming, we should be running away from the norm that farming is for retirement, is a retirement package.
Old people.
Is for people in Ushago, Mashinani, those things. And now agriculture is competing with the residential housing. Yes, many agricultural farms right now is being taken over by housing. So we need to find ways, and now not even finding ways, bringing more people
to actually invest
into the industry. Also, these young people, they call them Generation Z. I think there's so much into the technical side, social media, but now we should bring them back closer to food making. As much as you need those social media stuffs, the technical side, you need to eat at least 3 times a day. 3 times a day, where will the food come from? You cannot download food somewhere. You see a good food from US in the social media, then you download it. You cannot do that. You have to make it yourself.
Yeah.
So this show will be discussing that. What can we do to ensure that these young people are turning into agriculture?
Yeah.
How do we make agriculture
attractive to them?
No. I don't think we can make agriculture attractive.
Or rather them to be able to
engage in agriculture. What the benefits that can be derived from in agriculture and farming at large.
Okay.
So because if you tell me about making it attractive, there's nothing attractive in that. Every single day you'll be in boots. You should see look at my legs. It comes full time. They are digging every single time. That. If your hands, then you'll have very rough hands like mine. Ukisalimia mtu ni kama salimia mbao.
Sandpaper.
Ndio sasa ni kama sandpaper.
No, I'm talking from experience.
So it's not being attractive or not, but it's all about what can be done to ensure these guys come in and help us produce for the betterment of the country and the world at large.
True,
yes.
True. Because correct me if I'm wrong, agriculture actually supports the country. Actually, majority of rather, how do you put it?
The GDP.
40%. Is it 40% or 30%?
30%. Not even. I think it's not even 30. It's around. It's more than half.
It's more than that.
It's more than half. Let's say you can put it 60-70%.
70%.
Of our economy depends on agriculture.
On agriculture.
And without agriculture, we are stuck.
So that means we need to actually
because every other thing will depend on agriculture. If there's no food, none will work.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why you find it has to be done now and now and now. There's no tomorrow. There's not that. That's what we're talking about is now. Yes.
Do you think? Because in my mind I was thinking, I feel like they should bring back agriculture into the curriculum, in the school curriculum.
Actually, not even bring it back. It should be mandatory. Not choosing between agriculture and business. Like when I was in high school. When you move from Form 1 to Form 2 or Form 2 to Form 3, you're supposed to limit the subjects you're doing. Yeah. Then you have to choose between business, computer, and agriculture. Yeah. I think agriculture should be mandatory. It's a must. Should be doing agriculture as a must because we need this knowledge. Even our kids are doing it's called 4K club. The 4K club back in the days we had the 4K clubs. Unajua 4K hizo 4K ziko
tunapanda miti.
Hapana, the 4K is what does that stand for? Anyway, I think
that is back then.
Utatueleza in assignment utatupea by the end of the show unafaa kutuambia hiyo 4K inamaanisha nini, hizo 4K zinamaanisha nini. Because we used to get a lot from that. Every single school had a section for farming. Right? So these kids grew up knowing about how production works. How food actually gets the table. Because right now, you can find someone. I think the first time I ever saw a potato plant was when I went for attachment. That was in 2015. That was the first time seeing a potato growing. I used to buy them from the market, not knowing where they come from, how it grows. Yes. But now, if you bring this knowledge back to these kids, they'll be knowing, they'll understand where food comes from. They don't have food come from the supermarket, or from the market. No, market doesn't grow anything.
Yeah, yes. I think that's actually how you're going to start nurturing that whole farming ideology. Now that since we're talking about starting it from the grassroots, if you're a newbie and you want to, get interested into farming, how do you go about it? How do you start?
You talk about getting interest. In everything that you do, interest must come first. Because without interest, you won't do anything.
What if somebody's just looking at it from the business aspect? Yeah, I'm on a land, and I know the best way I can use this land is by farming.
That interest also. Okay. Because if you do it without interest, it will fail. I've seen a lot of people, actually have clients, who did that because they saw somebody's making money out of it, and they failed. Because you're doing it without a plan, you're doing it because someone is doing it. Yes, if you want to do farming, do it and own it. And now and again, people run away from farming because you find that some people are very busy. They have a day job. So as much as you can have land and you want to do agriculture, seriously, and you have another work somewhere else, the other work will take a lot of the
More
time than the farm.
Yeah.
So you'll find yourself either going to the farm on weekends, going to the making phone calls. And
Or the neglecting your
now there's this
farm.
discussion that came up: can telephone farming really work? My side, my take, it can work if only we are honest with each other. From the farm hands, the farm manager, the agronomist, and also yourself as the owner of the farm. If you are all honest and working toward the same goal, I believe it will work. But sometimes you find you might be paying people be working in your farm. You'll be giving them money every single time, sending every input they need. But now at the end of the day, there's nothing tangible coming out of that farm because they don't care. They know you will never come here. Yes, if you want photos, you can go to the neighbors, take a photo and send it to you. So you'll be very happy. Yeah, then one day you make a impromptu visit to the farm. That's when you are growing grass.
I think people can attest to this story of somebody ameishi place ingine, anatuma pesa nyumba ijengwe, and then akienda anakuta nothing has happened. So it's similar to that.
They are dishonest as a nation. All of this week we'll be discussing honesty, and how can we be honest with each other. Because I've been in these are things out of context. But the first time I went to Ethiopia, I was doing my shopping. Now where I was doing the shopping and where the car was parked was very far. Now you have so much you've bought because now you're just relocating to another country. You have to buy so many things. So there's this Mkokoteni guys. That guy he parks everything in the Mkokoteni.
No.
Just tell them the car is parked a certain area.
Yeah.
Just take them there.
Okay.
Then I'll come and pay you.
Alien.
I was wondering myself. No, hakuenda. Alibeba akapeleka gari, nikampata hapo akingoja.
Oh, he was so honest.
Shopping akapako gari tayari. Kabia.
I was even worried for a few minutes.
Then you and myself is like, "We, hii tunajaribu Kenya kweli."
Hey, you cannot. You cannot. Hey.
Yeah. So it's all about creating honesty in our children. Anything, because it's affecting every angle in this country. Not even farming itself.
Every business aspect, every sector.
Every aspect, yeah. Because I think even for, you'll say, I'm now wakulima, but now let me now change it even in an office setting. Honesty. You'll find someone, you're paying him to work every single day, but there's something called time. That's the most stolen factor in this office setting. You find someone will come either when there's nothing to do, when the boss isn't around, they're just chilling and lounging and doing that stuff, or even using your Wi-Fi to do other things, right? So now you are being paid to do something creative for development of the company. Just do that. Just don't do any other thing which don't even help. Yesterday evening after work, I went to a good friend of mine, and she has 2 greenhouses. So she was like, I have someone who is staying there. He's been given a house.
To look after.
To look after the greenhouse.
Okay.
His main work is to open the drip lines for water to go into the crops. If it's spraying, you spray. If fertilizer, you put fertilizer. 2 greenhouses is not that much work. But now they're not getting anything out of these greenhouses, and the guy is not even there. You call him today. You're coming to pick capsicum. No, why can't you come tomorrow? How can you dictate for someone when it's your own farm? Why can't you do that? Oh, I was telling her, how do you even live with that kind of person? Because he's not there in your farm. What is he doing? And you're paying him. What is he doing?
You even know if he waters it, does he fertilize it, does he do the basic needs there for
he's just there for the sake of it. He's like, he's doing you a favor.
But you're the one who's actually done him a favor, given him
a job, something to stay. He's not even paying rent, and you're still giving him a salary.
Hey,
that's the honesty I'm talking about. And now that honesty, these guys want to come into farming. You get to understand, in farming there is no quick money.
It takes a lot of work and patience.
But there's no crop you'll plant today and harvest today. You must give yourself at least, even if you have the easiest crop to grow,
Sema tu
coriander.
sukuma.
Like
Oh,
coriander.
coriander.
Coriander takes around 30 days
Okay.
and it's ready. Even that one, you still need 1 month to wait. Even if the like of skuma, you'll need 2 months, 3 months for you to be ready. So you give yourself time. It's nothing like you go today, the money tomorrow.
Okay.
I think that's what we need to address for this generation Z to understand.
Quick money, quick progress. Super
Quick one,
fast.
there's nothing
Shortcuts.
in farming. You have to wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. To the people who actually want to get into farming and also to the youth, because we're still talking about, farming being attractive to them. When somebody says farming, in their mind wanafikiria livestock na crops pekee. So what other aspect of farming is there?
Farming has a lot. Farming, let's say, in farming mainly it has two sides. We have crops and we have the livestock. That's what many people know, right?
Yeah.
But now there's third aspect. There's no service. That service, you have people like us, the agronomists. We have the doctors, the vets. We can even have HR.
Okay.
Right now, farming should be seen as a business like any other. In every branches, it has everything, right? If you want to do, in agriculture, if you want to take it as an education, there's so many courses to do, right? And now, I've never seen someone when you choose the courses in high school, there's no one who ever thinks about agriculture.
This is sadly true.
Even myself, right now, I know I did agriculture in campus, but I never chose agriculture.
You never chose?
I didn't even know the courses that exist in agriculture. I didn't even know.
Yes, like people think just.
That's why I never choose. That's why I never chose agriculture. I never chose agriculture in high school. But now, when it came time for revision,
interesting. Yeah.
And that's why I was going for, okay, we have agriculture extension, we have agribusiness, we have pure agriculture, we have agricultural education, we have all these things. Why
There's so many courses,
in high school, why don't we give these guys in high school to know all these things, to be there?
Make them see that it's not only one
it's
side
not only one side of production. Because these guys are used to the rural setting. When I say the grandfather every single morning into the farm, digging, he's tired, he's old, no money coming in. We have to change that narrative. Farming pays. Right?
Yeah.
I think that will be the third step to everything. Yeah. Because we need to work hard for this to work. Hata wewe unajuanga farming ni ushago.
Si ndio akili inagonga tu ni ushago, but now we are not taught those other sides. When you think of a veterinary, akili yako igonge, it's not connected to farming and agriculture. Akili yako inagonga, we ni animal. But then again, there's so many things to do. Like now, there's snail farming. There's a market for who wants to venture into agriculture. There's before we even go to Nini, what is the advantage of that, or what rather do you get from that? The whole snail farming. Snail
farming. There's the slime. You know the slime? That thing is being sold. That's a market on its own, yeah? The snail itself is food.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Then the snail doesn't eat much.
What does it eat?
Kitchen waste, you can pick vegetables. Vegetables, the kitchen waste, you put them there, they'll eat and they grow. And you have your money. It doesn't need too much work. There's now the emerging livestock. We have the bees. We have vermicompost. You have the vermicompost, if you know the worms.
The worms,
yes. All those. Then we have the black soldier flies.
Okay.
They're being used as feeds. There's even those who do maggot.
Oh yeah, maggot
farming. Maggot farming for those who are serious about animal feeds. You know, maggot is the number one source of proteins. If you can do that and making it easy, you can start small. Just find yourself a bucket, go to a butchery somewhere, buy matumbo, weka kwa ndoo, changanya kidogo, weka nyasi. At least the maggots don't drown. Changanya kidogo, weka hapo, funika isinyeshewe. After by 8 days, you have your maggots.
And you can sell. And it's just basic things, yani. That is so simple. That won't even take a lot.
There's this if you want to go into poultry. In the poultry, people are used to chicken layers, meat, stuff.
Yeah.
We have the ducks. And the duck market in Kenya, I know we cannot even supply 1% of it. You have these hotels who want duck meat,
Mm.
but the ducks are nowhere to be found.
Also, demand is a lot.
Demand is a lot.
Mm.
Yes, and even right now we have opened our gates for
Mhm.
the Chinese,
Oh, yes.
Right.
For business.
and they love ducks.
Mm.
We can't even supply them fully.
Mm.
Because no one is thinking about. So when somebody sees a duck,
Mm.
you will see a really dirty animal.
Mm.
Because they are used to zile za ushago. Yaenda mara ichukue maji kwa
Inacheza
vyombo,
sewage.
sewage, I don't know, and things like that.
Yeah.
But what don't understand is this: a duck grows faster than chicken.
Mm.
It has better meat than chicken,
Okay. Actually, it's very
and
tasty.
it doesn't have
Mhm.
these diseases affecting chicken.
Mhm.
They really affect them.
No.
Though they are carriers, but it doesn't affect them.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing is about the cold, but that, like, this area is too hot,
Mm.
so it doesn't.
So it's-
Only rain season you cover them up. Doesn't rain too much,
Mhm.
and you'll be getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I was reading up on propolis.
Propolis. If
Yes.
you have the bees, if you actually, when people think about bees,
Only for honey.
they think about honey.
Yes, that's the only thing they think
There's
about. Yeah.
so much. There's the propolis.
Yeah.
You can be doing that. There's the wax.
The
Yeah.
beeswax, yeah.
Wax. People do make candles out of them.
Mhm.
People do make there's
So many.
Actual sector is too vast. It's for everyone.
Mm.
Yeah, but now people are limited. People have
They're
limited
limited thinking to
to
certain.
certain things. Yeah.
So do you think agriculture should be marketed on a constant to young people on a constant?
We need to do that. Every young person I know, if you ask them, they'll want to be a doctor or a pilot.
Yes.
Huh?
Lawyer, those are the basic. Usikiangi
The
vet,
professional side,
usikiangi
you don't
doctor,
even
usikiangi-
you don't somebody want to be a vet.
Mm.
Only one person ever called me,
Mhm.
Kevin, I need to choose a course. Tell me the things in agriculture. I know you're so much into agriculture.
Mhm.
What are some of the courses?
Oh, that was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I told him, what's your demands, what's your desire. I mean, I love animals.
Mhm.
Okay, you can try animal health.
Mhm.
But now he's afraid of it, needles. I told them there's other avenues.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be the doctor,
Mm.
you can be the caregiver. There's animal husbandry.
Mm.
Yeah, you take care of them and stuff.
Mm.
So there's so much. There's pure agriculture. You can even go teach other people.
No, okay,
You can
yeah.
even go teach, because right now, like in high school, you're around 300. When you're in Form 4, you're around 310 candidates,
Mhm.
but only like 50 are doing agriculture. Those are even doing agriculture. Right now, if you see whoever took that challenge to continue agriculture,
Very few.
there are very few people.
Very
Even in
few.
campus, in my class, we started around at 60.
Mhm.
When you are graduating,
Mhm.
you're around 30.
Half
you
of
wonder-
the class.
You wonder what happened in the middle.
Half of the
Yeah,
class.
half of the class.
yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense to me. We need to go back to the drawing board and make agriculture be a discussion.
Okay.
Take agriculture to the boardrooms,
Mm.
because it's a business.
It's a business. And if it's contributing to the economy of the country,
Yes.
at that percentage, so imagine if you
we need to
invested
change a
in
lot.
it.
We need to change. Every single person should be producing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have a land or not. You can still
Mm.
produce. If you have there's balcony gardens.
Mm.
You can have these trays. Plant at least 10 or 20 crates. Plant your vegetables there.
Yeah.
You can sell to your neighbor. Things like that.
Kwa soko.
Ah.
Even to your mama mboga.
Mtu na
Dania
mboga,
zako,
kuja
you're just
kidogo,
small.
dania
Yeah.
unaona kunde zako, yani you're just eating your own food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without even
Not even
the...
thinking too much. So we need to these guys to know, and also make it there's something I do say. Agriculture is a green collar job.
Mm.
Don't just think about white collar jobs all the time.
Mm.
Agriculture.
But that's what he's selling. You
uh,
know,
the
from
white-
the
the-
onset,
the onset, white collar. I need a white collar
Yeah.
job. I need a white collar job. No,
Mm.
there's so much opportunities in the field of agriculture.
Mhm.
People just don't know about it. Yes, and this is a green collar job, and it pays.
It pays a lot.
Yes.
It pays a lot.
Yes.
There's so many, like he said, there's so many jobs and courses that you can actually learn
Mm-hmm.
from that. So any youth who's actually very interested, this is a conversation that you should be listening to, because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to get to know so many courses. You're going to get to know which line that you can get into, because, you know, agriculture is very wide and very large. I think we're going to take a very, very short break. But when we come back, we're going to now delve into this whole aspect of attracting the youth, or rather, the youth getting into the farming business. So see you after the short break.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there's at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Welcome back, guys, to our show for today. If you are new right now, or rather umeingia sahi, my name is Helena. I'm your host for today, and our ghost worker, or rather our host, anaitwa Kevin, our agronomist Kevin. And our topic was attracting the youth into agriculture, rather into farming. Now, we've talked so much into the whole aspect of agriculture is a big sector and it has so many sectors in it. We have the fish farming, we have the crop aspect, we have the livestock aspect, and also we have other aspect when it comes to also animals. Kuna snails, umesema kuna, what is this night? Night what? Night?
What was night?
Zile that are used for feeds.
There's black soldier fly.
Yeah, black soldier fly. Why am I thinking night?
There's worms.
Yes.
You're a night person.
So there are so many aspects to agriculture. Now, before we get into the whole, course aspect, do you think I feel like there is a bit of a strain when it comes to youth getting into agriculture because I feel like they meet so many challenges. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, if you don't have a land, how do you go about it? So my question to you, or rather, how I'm trying to frame it is, do you think what challenges do you think as a farmer or rather as a youth you can get or you can face while trying to get into farming?
I know there's the major thing is actually land. Apart from land, we have the capital because you'll need a lot to start farming. Then also you need, apart from land and finance, I think those are the major thing. Then again, you have to think about the market, who will help you, the mentors and everything. Yes, because if we can have those and enough education, actually enough. That's three. I will talk about three: the capital, land,
the land, and the education.
Education.
But I'm saying, is it the government or the FAO? They have created guidelines for youth to get into the agri systems.
Yes, getting into the system is easier. But now, what are you doing there?
Okay.
Yes, because you can be there, but you just see people working and you're doing nothing, you're just watching. So how will that work? Can only work if we get these guys knowledge on what to do when you get there. Is there access to finance? Right? Is there enough these loans? Actually, there's a friend of mine. They were given loans to farm. There's a 1 million loan given to farm. Is that if you can be given that 1 million, that can take you a long way. And they set up greenhouses, lease a land somewhere, plant your things. Then you have a 5-year grace period of paying that kind of money. Because with farming, 5 years is a long time. You can get more than that. Okay, so either access to finance, land will be. You can lease, you can buy, you can have your rural home, you can go back home, plant there. But now again, the location will matter because you can't. There's so much. Maybe there's so much you're doing in Kitengela. Then you think about again going back to Mandera, or going back to Kiambu. Kiambu is near Nairobi. Going back to Meru, going to find a river. You want to farm there will be very high education on those stuffs. So the moment you can lease land. There's people who have farmlands, but they're not using them because they're busy doing other things, or they're out of the country. So they will give you a grace period. You have 2 years or 1 year. Can use this land? You'll pay us this amount, right? For that time. But now again, if you can have the money, you have given the land. Now where the education comes in. Another thing, what now FAO should be focusing on. How to make these two now work. What do you want to grow? What's your end market? And who are your players you'll have? Because you can't do farming alone. At the end of the day, you need someone to help with the day-to-day running of the farm. Okay, you'll need a cleaner. You'll need someone to spray, someone to watch over, because you can't be on the farm all the time. You need someone to at least be there, the farm hands, to the daily job. If you can bring them every single day, but where will you get them? Because you can't just now have a farm then but day to day I need people to do weeding for me. Where will you get them? So we have to also know
outsource
where to get them. Yeah.
Okay, that is interesting. So let's not think of a large scale aspect of it. Let's think of like I said, mtutu ndo anaanza.
A small scale farming, yeah.
Small scale farming.
Okay.
Putting it in the aspect of Kajiado.
Mhm.
I'm starting out. I'm a small scale farmer. How do I go about it here?
Okay. So in Kajiado, actually, the market has been set out for you.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do, and you also have farmers doing a lot. Okay.
Mm.
Talk to these farmers
Mm.
first before you do anything else. Talk to these farmers.
Mm.
Where will you get farm hands when you need them?
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
How much do they pay these farm hands
Mm.
on every single day?
So do your research basically.
Yeah, do your research before,
Mm.
and land positioning.
Mm.
Do you have water?
Mm.
Not just water. Is it safe for agriculture?
Mhm.
Because you can have water, yes, but the
But
moment you
it's-
use it on your farm, the crops will
It's
die,
dry.
or even it will be poisonous to the people, to
Mm.
the end consumer.
Mhm.
So, and again, how much will it cost me
Mhm.
to that kind of project?
Mhm.
Okay, yes, I do have I do have 2 acres. 2 acres. I don't have enough money
Mhm.
to get that to 2 acres.
Mhm.
You can also divide your farm. At least do quarter. The money you have right now can only handle a quarter an acre.
Mhm.
There's no shame in doing that.
Yeah. Just that small.
And there's something Noah started back in the days called Limenko quarter. I don't know but you can be producing that
Mhm.
and be even earning 2,000 per day
Mhm.
from the farm.
Mhm.
That's something to help you at least. But then by the time this crop is over,
Mhm.
you have money now to add another one.
Okay.
Then you
Or
go
to venture
another
into
one.
something
So
else.
not even you start with the quarter
Mhm.
acre. After end of harvesting, you'll have another quarter.
Mm.
You have grown into and half.
Mm.
Senior.
Yeah.
A half, then you do the same thing again.
Quarter.
You go to
Mhm.
3/4, then you go to full. Then
Mhm.
now after that the full, now you can even do 5.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
you start small,
Mhm.
have a plan what you want to do. The crops which will benefit you. Don't just do something because someone is doing it.
Yeah.
Find your own crop
Yeah.
that you want to do, and you are good at it.
Mm.
Okay.
But not only crop, because I think, like you said, agriculture is a very wide scope.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So there's so many avenues.
There's so many. Okay, I'm so much focused on crops. There's
There's so
a
many-
piece of land. Yes.
Yeah, that's an example of how to
Okay.
go about
How
it.
to go about
if
it
it's
down
farming
there, if
also.
it is crops. But
Yeah,
now,
crops,
if you
yeah.
go to, like, let's say, if you want to do chicken,
Mhm.
chicken you can start small also.
Mhm.
If you want to target 100 chicken by December,
Mhm.
you start in January. If you can have at least 5 hens
Mhm.
and 1 cock, by the
Mhm.
end of day,
Mhm.
actually you can have more than 100 if you are serious and you know what you are doing and the plan that you have. And before you do anything, make sure the capital that you have
Mhm.
can push you for around 5 months. That's for poultry mostly. 5
Okay.
months, because at 5 months is when they can start even laying eggs. You can sell them and stuff.
Mhm.
So just make sure, and for crops, make sure that money you have can at least push you for 3 months.
Mhm.
That's when you start harvesting and can get income.
Okay.
Because some people, you can just start farming. By the way, I have 15,000.
Mhm.
I want to plant 1 acre. You will start the first 1 week, all the money is gone. What happens for the remaining 2 months, 3 weeks?
Hey, you
The
need
crops,
farm
the crops will suffer.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you a example. There's a farmer I met last week
Mhm.
in Kiserian. She planted onions.
Mhm.
You had onions, you have tomatoes, you have spinach, all these things in your farms. Then she has solar pumps
Mhm.
and a well.
Mhm.
So the pump broke.
Mhm.
There was no money
Yeah,
to fix the pump.
yeah. So what happened to the crops?
So for 2 months, these crops were surviving on Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Because the moment crops are suffering,
Mm.
they will go into survival mode. So you'll find all the onions
Mm.
started producing seeds. Because they need to preserve
Yeah.
for the future generation. Yeah, it's like if you are cornered, you have,
Yeah,
you have to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she never got anything. I was called to the farmer. What can I do about my onions?
Mm.
The way you can try, remove the seeds, put
Start
them away.
again.
But now, as much as you want to revive this crop again,
Mhm.
from now, you have wasted 2 months of this crop. Just started producing seeds,
Mhm.
and again reviving it, you use money.
Mm.
So do your math.
if this is
Is
what
is
happens.
reviving easier and cheaper
Mhm.
than starting again?
Mhm.
You can do everything, start again, because now you fixed we have solar, and the solar pump will need to work again. And now also backups. What backups do we have? Okay, if the pumps, the solar pump failed, if you only shares another alternative of having an underground, at least you can put a generator to pump the water for the time being. We call it. Okay. So meaning you should have a plan. If you're getting into farming, you have to have a plan.
Do you think that's what kind of scares the youth? Like you said, Generation Z want quick money.
They fear the losses.
Do you think it's the whole aspect of having to wait for like a whole month, waiting for 2 months, when mazao, alafu pia mazao pia, lazima you think about all these other people that you need also to harvest.
Then again,
whole aspect.
As farmers too, for us to attract these young guys into farming, you shouldn't focus on the success stories.
Yeah.
Don't focus on that. Because if you focus so much on the success, what if they come in and fail because they want to emulate your success? What if they come in and fail? They will be heartbroken and they will never do this again. And we need them to help us grow.
Yes.
So tell them where you fail, how many times have you failed for you to get here. And
so
how,
be honest.
Be honest, yes. And your mistakes, you made them, you failed. Open them up. Here I failed and why, this is why I failed. Okay?
So rather look for mentors who
are serious, and open with you.
Who are in the same field, who are
because I know people. There's something in failing in farming. We call it character development.
Because I can imagine,
like
if that is some next level character.
You can invest so much and fail terribly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, speaking of that, that makes me think. And this is a bit, not off topic, but I do know climate change actually, or rather, climate change affects the crops sana.
Yes, it's affecting big time.
Yeah.
But now, that's why we need to go back to the training. Okay. The temperatures has risen. Okay. Now we can't do the crops you were doing before. What can we do? Okay. People are trying to bring. We have like now, if there's too much rain, harvest as much as possible. Have your water pans. If you have a bigger fields, have water pans. Have underground tanks that can sustain you till it rain. Because we never know if it rain again.
Yeah.
Yes. And also the crops that we are doing have something that can at least can survive. And venture into technologies that can help at least the crop to survive without water for at least some period of time. Yes, there's ground waters. You can put little water, it will help you for longer. Yes.
Okay. That is interesting. I think I'm thinking of the young farmer, or rather the youth who's trying to get into farming. I'm still thinking about them and their whole aspect of getting into it and what they might be scared of, or rather what might make them feel like this is not viable for them. So do you think they should also be taught on the profitable aspect of it? Because I feel like agriculture should be made profitable.
Not just agriculture. If you talk agriculture and profits,
or rather farming,
it's called agribusiness.
Yeah, so let's say farming
agribusiness, yes.
For them, because
the profit side should not make you go into farming. Because agriculture is agriculture. There's pricing fluctuations. The price will be very high. Then wewe ukishapanda inarudi chini. So the profit is relative when it comes to agriculture. As much as you can work with the projections. Like now, if you have a financial budget for a farm, you will have the cost of production, management, all these things. Then now we'll come into the projections, the profit projections, right? You look at there, you will harvest. You project you'll be harvesting 20 tons of onions. Okay, your projection is we'll be selling at 1 kg at 20 shillings. Okay. Go there, let's say you minus possible losses 2 tons. You're remaining with 18 tons. 18 tons you're selling at 20 shillings. That's a lot of money, right? But now you will see I used 100,000 to produce from your possible projection profits, you subtract, you get profit. I'm getting a profit of around 600,000. Hey, you're like, yes, nimefika, I'll be doing this. You go into that farm, you plant. Unaangalia shamba hivyo unasema this life now, wow. You harvest, you try your best, you hit 10 tons. That's meaning you have now reduced from 20 to 10.
Yeah.
And plus now the possible losses again.
At least 18, but now 10.
But now you are at 10. What do you do?
Yeah.
The thing is, plan for everything. And always have a plan B. And diversify whatever you are doing. Okay? Don't just work with one thing over and over again and you want to make it. Diversify. If this, and then there's something called rotations. Okay? You can't be doing tomatoes on the same farm every single day. Production will decrease. Because the nutrients in the soil will be deteriorating every single time. Now you'll find a smaller from the first time you're having big fruits, getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? You talk to someone and tell you, just put fertilizer. Okay, it will help but now the real thing is a crop will take what it wants, leave the rest. There's something that in the soil that fertilizer will never have. And you are killing the plants slowly. Plant another crop. That can, if it's nitrogen missing on the soil, you planted beans you planted like tomatoes for so long. Okay, now take a break from tomatoes. Give yourself around 3 months. Get beans on that field. Will again bring
also to the soil.
Is called nitrogen fixers. Will fix the soil. Also add manure. People don't use manure no more. I don't know why they fear manure. They say that it's smelly. I don't know where they got that idea from. But you get the picture, right?
Yeah, you do get the picture.
Have rotations. And even if you have subdivide your farm. Have different blocks so that you know, even if you want to have all the 4 crops together in that farm, just know if block A has onions. The next time around I'm planting something else. I cannot put something that's like similar to onions. Okay. So let's say different. You put watermelons there. It will do well. Okay, block B, you have tomatoes next. You cannot put again tomatoes there or hoho. You can't do that because they're in the same family. Do something else there. So this is all about making the soil better, understanding the growing patterns. So you'll be getting more in limited spaces. Okay? And even you have small portion of land, you can consider a structure. Let's say the ground floor, you have goats. On top of goats, you have a chicken. And now, no, not even chicken. Even you can chicken and fish. They can be mixed. You have your fish pond. On top of the fish pond, you'll be having chicken shed. So the droppings from the chicken will go into the fish pond. Into the fish pond, they're feeding a fish. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Yes, and you'll be getting double from a limited space.
So not only farming, you can just think of other aspects. Like
yes. So all the things we should be making them this knowledge available for everyone, for these young people. Sit them down, tell them agricultural sector has this and this what we can offer. Okay, and it's you now to push yourself, because this is nothing like okay. But now I just see everybody's a farmhand. No, farmhand ni ile farmer tutasemanga ni mtu wa mkono wa shamba. Okay, ni mtu unaweza ita kutoka ni ushago akuje kwa shamba yako. But now you will have someone managing all this and even managing, helping, training.
The farmhand
the farmhand, yes. So that's where now the knowledge of extension services comes in. You're able to train people, train these farmhands. Then the farmhand, you train him. At least he has some, even if he's leaving the farm, because people are very jealous. They say, I will train you, then you leave.
Oh, so nabaki na knowledge yake.
No,
saidia watu.
Ni kusaidiana.
Knowledge si yako peke yako, ni kusaidia watu. And that's why we're on this channel, so that we can actually enlighten you and make you knowledgeable and have more skills in agriculture also. So from what I'm getting is we should create more forums, more avenues for the youth to
Yeah.
actually get into the whole aspect of farming and agriculture, also as a course and also as a career also. I was reading on something that the president actually was talking about funding for Africa because of that's where I was going with the whole climate change also. He was talking about funding for Africa because of the whole climate change. Do you think that is viable?
Funding farmers mostly.
For farmers, yeah.
So funding farmers is okay.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you have already available finance,
Mm-hmm.
but now the problem comes: who will be the beneficiaries of these funds?
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll find, like I said, I keep on saying, in Kenya mostly, actually in Africa, the smallholder farmers have their say. But now when these funds come, accessibility is mostly granted to those who can, those who have. Now we have the likes of the big farms getting all this money
So
because they want to do
small-scale
more.
farmer
A party. Yes. But if you can put them, at least the small scale farmer can have. They don't need much. Kidogo to. But now you will have even if you give a billion, somebody comes here, he has the financial muscle. He has 400 acres. He says, by the way, my plan, he knows how to draft a very good budget. Even if the financer sees, this one is a really good budget now. You see, from the smallholder farmer comes with something like, I've been doing this, I'm getting 10,000, and these other guy is making 20 million per month.
Obviously, at around
The other guy will be. So we need to give this money to those who are the backbone of agriculture, which is the smallholder farmers. Yes.
And I think with that also, it will be a bit more attractive to the youth.
Yeah.
That way they can actually say, so this is a small-scale farmer, this is what they got, and this is how it worked for them. So if I get into this, it can be also viable for me.
Yes.
I really like this conversation because I feel like also I want to also delve into farming. There's certain aspects that I've been very scared of. I won't even lie. But I think
like what?
Like you said, many girl toto.
If you go with that mentality of a girl toto, I know a lot of farm girls.
But there are gloves that I can use. I know
there's nothing even gloves do wear out.
Okay.
If you want to own it. Make sure, by the way, if you see this, if you see my family looking nice, just know these hands. the sign of it. That's where my money come from. Even as a parent, take your children to the farms. Let them know where food is coming from.
Yeah.
It's even if you ask, Daddy, what do you do? Mimi, hii ni kazi yangu. Hii school fees yako utoka hapa. At least they will have that. This thing really getting
and also
money,
getting the whole skill of how it actually starts.
Yes.
Yeah, so it will be a bit more easier for them. I want to know from your side, the whole, we were talking about livestock. We didn't expound on that, kidogo. The whole livestock aspect of it. So you've created a scenario for me that I don't even need a large space,
Yes.
I can just have my fish hapa, kuku. Hapa chini tulisema mbuzi.
Okay, now it depends on the fish pond. The fish pond which is you can have now we make tanks, push tanks somewhere. So from those you can put layers. Just going upwards, called vertical agriculture, even for animals. Sometimes you have someone has a ground floor, kuna ng'ombe hapo chini ya maziwa, hapo juu kuna mbuzi, hapo juu kuna sungura, hapo juu kuna kuku. Don't know this guy akona only, let's say, even a quarter acre, but he has so much. There's someone who has 50 acres but he's only doing cows. So just wondering, this guy is always he has goat milk. Yes, I'm also every single time he's also bringing milk. Yeah, the only thing you need now is to buy the hay. You also have a stone next door. Have stuck every single thing. You'll be doing way better than people are.
There's even this. There's a place near home. I saw there's a person amefanya hivyo, but yake ni ya kuku pekee. Like akona stories tu za kuku tu wamezieka tu hapo ndani. So it's not even into crops pekee.
Yes, so actually is that one you can have a plan. If, let's say if you have broilers, you're having broilers around for 6 days, you slaughter them, Okay. So will you again somebody wait? If you are going into the market every 46 days, people will forget about you.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
So let's say you have a storage. Yeah. Every week.
No.
You bring in new ones every single day. You have every single week you bring new broilers. Yeah. So you'll be having this one goes to the market. That the whole week they go to the market. Zimeisha, sindio. Next week there's another batch ready to the market. So every single time uko na kuku utaenda out of the market. But if you're planning only one time market, every single one time market, the same way really crops do work that way. If you have 10 acres, why can't you plant tomatoes 1 acre every 2 weeks?
Okay.
1 acre every 2 weeks, such that when the first one you're harvesting, the second one in a Caribbean. When this one finishes, this one you're harvesting this one. It will go that way. Then when the person in Asia have another crop ready in the nursery. So the moment inatoka tu hivi,
you have another one ready.
You have another crop altogether.
Yeah.
Then you keep the circle going every single time. You will always be in the market. Kunyeshe, kuwake jua, uko in the market. Yeah. That's now the plans we should be having.
So proper planning.
The
knowledge aspect of it. I think pale tumefika, we can take a tiny break kidogo. We're going to get back. And I think we're going to delve into the whole cost aspect of it for those people who are looking at agriculture or rather farming as a nice pool or rather career pool. This is the place where you need to be. We're going to take a short break, but we're going to be right back.
A nursery bed is a small area of a yard or garden that's used for growing certain selected plants. The goal of a nursery bed is to grow young plants to a certain size at which they can be easily transplanted. A nursery bed can also be used to evaluate plants to see if they are worthy of planting in the larger garden, to observe their growth, habit, and color, or watch them for pests and diseases. A nursery bed is especially helpful for vegetable gardeners practicing succession in planting, in which a steady supply of fresh produce is maintained.
Papai ni moja ya tunda mashuhuri kwa kiasi kikubwa nchini Kenya. Pia tunda hili linaweza kuwa na faida mbali na afya katika kukuza uchumi wa mkulima wa zao hili. Pia linaweza kuwa chanzo kikubwa cha pesa za kigeni kwa kuuza nje ya nchi. Uzalishaji wa papai nchini Kenya ni kwa kiasi kidogo ukilinganishwa na mahitaji ya watumiaji. Hivyo inahitajika nguvu zaidi katika uzalishaji wa zao hili.
Zao hili limeshamiri kote nchini kwa kutoa mavuno bora. Ungana nami niweze kufahamisha bayana na kwa undani kuhusu zao hili la paipai.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions. Melon is a trailing vine in the gourd family. The word melon can refer to either the plant or specifically to the fruit. Watermelon is a type of melon that is sweet and refreshing fruit. Watermelons can either be grown on home gardens for small-scale farmers or large-scale depending on the market demand. You can either transplant or plant watermelon seeds directly. For best performance, plant watermelons in hot, sunny locations with loose, fertile, well-drained soil that is rich in organic matter. It is best to plant watermelons on raised rows and ensure that the soil pH is between 6.0 to 6.8. On average, it takes around 3 months for a watermelon to grow from seed to mature fruit, with smaller varieties having shorter growing times than larger varieties of watermelon. Watermelon growing, if done rationally and on a scalable basis, can be a good source of income.
Welcome back, my viewers. Like I said before, my name is Helena J, and my ghost worker for today is Kevin. Hiyo ndo jina nimebandika leo, and henceforth
the one and only ghost worker in town. Don't only go ghost worker.
Yeah, but our agronomist ghost worker for today. I'm really liking the conversation for today, and if you're a youth out there who wants to get into farming, this is the conversation that you should actually be listening to. And it's about attracting the youth into farming, or rather ways that we can actually invite them into farming and agriculture. Now, I think we've delved into a lot from from actually learning it to the whole aspect of actually starting it out. Now, I want us to get into the courses for the youth out there who's thinking, I want to get into this, but I don't know how to start it. So which courses do they offer that entails agriculture and farming and all that?
In agriculture courses, there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah.
I can't even say all of them.
Yeah, but just name a few for them.
Okay,
at least
we'll do. There's animal science,
Okay.
animal health. There's dryland agriculture.
Okay.
Those are only focusing on production in dry areas.
In dry areas. Kajiado.
Like Kajiado, in those areas. Then we have there's agribusiness, management and trade.
Okay.
So that one you will handle business side of farming.
It. Okay.
Then
so you're
the
not
good thing-
actually.
The good thing with agribusiness, you can even work in banks. People, I'm doing agriculture, you cannot even work in a bank. With agribusiness, you can do that.
Okay,
Because
nasikia.
every bank has the agricultural
aspect of
aspect
it.
of
Yeah.
So you can have giving loans to farmers. There's insurance. Actually, people that know there's agricultural insurance.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can insure your crops. When it rains, everything disappears. You'll be paid.
Nice.
You don't lose much.
Hey.
So there's agricultural extension services, agricultural education. You can be a teacher,
Okay.
right? There's pure agriculture. Now pure agriculture, you can learn everything. Everything, yes. Then we have now the technical side, agricultural engineering. There's irrigation and technology. There's artificial insemination. So all this agriculture is vast. It's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
You can do a lot, and every other. I'm sure all our campuses, our universities offer agricultural courses, and then we have the TVETs. Right? Having the technical side, we can have a veterinary science. You can do them at TVET. There's one in Kabete. There's actually right now I think every county should be having a TVET. Yes. So you should go there, look for the courses. Yes. Then again in high school, if you're going to choose the courses, walimu tafadhali. And I beg you,
Emphasize.
Jaribuni kabisa at least pia bring these agricultural courses hapo to the table. I think then itongaje index the cut-off marks zao. The highest I think is 36, 39, even 40. It might be high, but agriculture is like a booster. So you can get there. Encourage these students to at least take up agriculture. Because after we are getting old, like myself, I'm getting old. Like siku hizi niko na nini kwa beard gang nazeeka.
After ndevu zimea tutapomwa.
So we should having people coming behind us. Because back then I was the leader of tomorrow. My tomorrow is now.
Yeah.
And my tomorrow is also getting finished. So someone else should be taking up
after you.
After me.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can also train people. Okay. If you have, let's say you are doing another course in campus after graduation, you want to go into agriculture, you're asking yourself, how do I learn? There's so many things you can do. Come to people like us. We will teach you.
Yes.
You can find us
To this
everywhere.
channel,
Even if you go to Afarmers Media, there's a Farmers Media, the Agriculture in African Farmers Club. Just message us there. Tweet, you can do even TikTok. You want this.
Yeah.
We are willing to train you. We're willing
yes.
to train you. Okay? Don't just sit there. There's a multi for everyone else. We will even take you if you have interest. You've never seen some crops. Give us a call. We can drive you around
so that you can see
we
the
have
crops.
We have farms here. You can drive you around to see how crops work, the different types of things we have in the farms. Because even there's a time I was making fun of me.
Right.
When I joined him in 2017, I never knew what a knapsack was. I never saw that. That's the first time I saw even a knapsack and how it works. Right now, I can even fix one from without reading anything. I'm an expert now. So
from the bottom, now you're here.
From the bottom, now you're here. So if you're willing to learn,
you actually
reach out.
learned, yes.
Reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Yeah, so this is also an avenue for you to actually learn. So
Yes.
don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Are there forums for youth to actually engage in?
Actually, if you are serious, there's these training centers. There's these shows for agriculture. Watch them, and even go to the shows like we have ASK show, we have Wambogo show, we have Machakos ATC shows, we have the Kisumu, Kakamega, all this. Every county, I think right now have a show for their own. Go to these shows, learn. If you want to go to animal sector, because there are stands for everything.
No, food,
the animals, everything is there. There's
even the production aspect.
Even these big companies, I won't mention the names.
They come there.
They have their portions of lands where they've planted specific crops. So you can go there and see how these different crops work. They offer trainings, right? If you want to learn, those are the avenues to learn. Don't just go to YouTube every single day. Have you ever seen a kangaroo eat bajia? You're eating that every That's the time. No. Find your time, you go to YouTube, you go to YouTube. How do we plant tomatoes? Go to YouTube, you can look at that.
Actually, the actual social media is a really good platform for you to actually learn a lot.
You say social media, it's a global village. You can find anything.
Anything and everything.
Don't just go.
I have never seen a kangaroo. You nenda kuangalia saa hii. I've been to
disclaimer iko.
Okay, as we wind up on this, for somebody kama mimi tuseme nimefanya course nyingine, nimefanya labda tuseme teaching ama education, and I see farming is a very viable, career path for me. How do I go about it?
So that one will depend on what do you want on the farming side. Do you want to go into the career mode, or you want to venture into the farming itself?
Okay.
Yes. For the farming itself, you have to come to people like us. We can train you. You can go to a farmer near you to train you.
Okay.
You can go to these training centers for those who want to venture into farming. There's the crash courses for the farming. Yes. And we offer them. Even here, we do offer them. If you come 5 people, we'll give you accommodation. You pay a little fee. You learn for a month. Then you go out there. You are a full expert, and you'll be having a certificate in your pocket. You say, by the way, I'm an expert in this. Yeah. But again, there's also these foundations coming up like KCB. KCB, there's called Agrivijana. No, not Agrivijana. It's something called Agribusiness. Something like that. They're doing that. They train people. Actually, even that is better. You go to school for free.
Oh yeah, but
you're being given transport.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. And after that, they give you a project to manage.
That is nice.
Then you manage that thing. They give you a loan. I think you can borrow in 1 million. So if you come easy, look for them. I never knew that these things exist.
That is actually very.
But now through reading, I'm like, why is not people doing this? We give them the avenue to learn for free. Provided you have even from KCS, if you can't go to campus, here's an avenue for you. Go read for free.
Again, the skill set.
And apart from that, there's I'm sure there's many companies doing this. Only that people
aren't. They don't know it, or they're not open to it.
So push yourself out there if you want to learn. You can start from here. Here's the learning. The learning center. The learning center is here with us.
Yes. At Afrimedias. Afarmers Media. Leo tulikula githeri be Afrimedia. Helen.
You can go Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube,
Afarmers
everywhere.
Media.
Everywhere. Just name it.
Everywhere.
Tunasema tuko kwa wingi kama dhambi.
Nkongoja useme inzi ama ants dhambi.
Wengi kama dhambi, unajua.
Wow, so. I think we can delve into the agri news for today by our ghost worker.
The ghost worker kwa news kweli. Anyway, ghost worker kwa news. They've been highlighting some crops which can kill your cattle. All right? And si mingi. Kidogo, if you have some actually are but mostly if you like those who know datura.
What's the scientific
name?
I'm an English word.
I don't know datura. Those who know datura is called nightshade. It's a common weed.
Oh, okay.
So you can kill your crop, your animal easily, instant. Can today go you are eating, then they eat it, then come in the morning, the animal is down. So always watch out for that. Even if you are cutting grass for animal feeds, at least angalia what's there.
What's in the feed, yeah.
Then we have lantana camara. Lantana, the lantana is called I think it's called goatweed. Is it goatweed? Yeah, goatweed. Though goats eat it, but if they overeat it,
it's not
and
good
go to the sun, it's poisonous. There's something called photosensitivity.
Okay.
Yes, photosensitivity.
So
they can die out of
they
that.
Eat it for gongo na jua,
they can easily die. You have the cotton seed it's used too much because it has a chemical called gossipol, which is dangerous to animals. Gospel najua hakuna wadudu hakuna mtu ajua kama hiyo kama
unaona vile nimekuangalia ni kwa la gossip.
Then we have there's this wild fans, if you know fan.
No, FERN. Yeah.
So those also is also dangerous for your animals. So if you are walking I know most people are here, either you have the zero grazing units, you buy hay somewhere else, you bring them there, then tomorrow they eat, then tomorrow you see animals dying, you're wondering, what did you feed them wrongly? They're only eating grass, but you don't know what's in that grass. So even if selling hay, make sure before you cut them, or the fields, because some are using balers, walk through the farm first, know if something is wrong, just do weeding. People don't weed grass, but at least do weeding, approach something that might be poisonous. Yes, take care of your people, to take care of yourself. Yes.
Okay. I'm still stuck on gossip.
Gospel. It's gospel. Yeah.
Okay.
Then in other news, we have sunflower overtakes maize farming in Tana.
I think that's really new. That's really good, though.
Good news. What have you ever tasted sunflower oil?
I think so. I'm not so sure.
Sunflower oil is nice. So sunflower is being used to make oils.
Isn't it a bit bitter?
No.
Sunflower oil.
More actually,
it doesn't have a bitter taste.
Most oil you're using are made out of sunflower or corn.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
Hey. Bitter.
For those who did not know, like me, all oils.
But apart from that, we have animal feeds.
Canola oil, sorry. Is it canola or something?
There's canola.
Yeah, I think that's the bitter one.
Canola is bitter. Anyway.
There's an oil that I tasted. I will
actually we do say all these things is about acquired taste.
Oh God.
Acquired taste is not for everyone.
What are they called? Grasshoppers. Acquired taste is not for everyone.
Acquired taste is for
the very specific.
No, specific watu kuna machingle.
Oh wow.
Disclaimer.
Mimi
sina kitu, mimi nitumia kitu leo. So sunflower can be used to make animal feeds. Use them to make if you've seen there's call it seed cake.
Okay.
Like for poultry, for animals, livestock. Yes, it's good source of protein, and also it's fatty. So ng'ombe zitanona
vizuri.
In other news, here there's somebody saying why chicken vaccinations may fail to work.
From an agronomist.
From an expert point of view, I know agronomists deal with the crops.
Yeah, or from
an expert
aspect.
Point of view,
But,
or someone who understands animal health, why vaccination may fail, I will give you reasons now. I won't say the number of reasons I'll give because naweza koma katikati. But mostly poor handling.
Okay.
Poor handling of these vaccines. You can find most vaccines are refrigerated. Okay. The moment they touch a little bit heat, they get activated because vaccines are mostly inoculated variant of the virus.
The virus, yeah, itself, yeah.
Okay. So the moment it gets activated, kidogo tu hivi, than to help fight the virus,
it's actually an
is getting the virus now itself. So unapata your flock is getting sicker and sicker and sicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So poor handling you can be using, like now if you talk of like Newcastle, we are advised to use fresh water.
Okay.
Fresh water. If you use salty water, they will kill the virus. So when utakuwa unapatia kuku zako maji tu, you've done nothing. Okay. Then poor injection kama ni za kudunga, sometimes you have been said if it is for intermuscular IM, do IM.
Okay.
If it is for subcutaneous, let's do subcutaneous. Najua unashangaa hizo ni nini? Hizo nini? Anyway, I will explain. Subcutaneous is where is under the skin, so you pull the skin.
Oh, and then you
and put the vaccine under the skin.
Okay.
But now IM intramuscular, find where where muscle is. The muscles are.
And then
muscles vizuri.
Okay.
Then there's another called IV. IV is intravenous. Kama sasa kama binadamu unafanyonga hivi. Umeona ukienda hospitali unafanya hivi.
Okay.
Hiyo ni intravenous, so wanatafuta ka vein moja wanadunga ndani. So all this thing, if it's then like now go to fallpox. If it gets to blood, to mix with blood, that's why you're using the wing web. If you know the wing web, there's a mali kwa mbao ya kuku inawanga flat haina kitu. Dunga hapo kidunga other place, it can lead to other inaweza kuoza. Then helping you tafanya vitu mbaya tushikeni. So that's just a few reasons. If you need more, call us. And
keep on checking Afarmers Media.
Keep on checking Afarmers Media for more information. Okay?
For more information.
And all of the things we'll be posting them. If you go to Afarmers Media on Facebook, we'll be sharing documents. You can read those documents there and get more information and learn more. All right. And also do tell a friend about Afarmers Media every single day.
Yeah.
Yes. Then record keeping for AI providers. AI stands for artificial insemination. So this is like mostly, I think mostly people, if you talk about AI, people think about cows mostly, but and horses.
Yeah,
but you can AI. Do you know AI can work even in dogs, in chicken, right?
Okay.
But now, record keeping for this will be easier to be able to trace for traceability purposes and to know who is who in these fields. You might have a bull died 10 years ago, but its semen is still surviving till now because it was superior, and whatever it does in superior breeds is iko na ile mwili. Ukipata imezalisha na ng'ombe, watoto wanatoka ni watoto yet. Yes, so it's also for traceability. And
I'm curious. You know how humans tunakwanga tukijua mtoto wangu might be susceptible to being short-sighted or something or something I have. Is that also a recurring factor? So will that help also?
So also
tracing that?
Every animal has if you say for tracing, we have animal history. All right, we say this bull A is called a sire, right? Had these qualities. Then kuna sickness records. Amegonjeka nini?
So the susceptibility.
Can they transmitted to his next generations? Yes. So kama alikuwa anaona saa zingine unaonanga kuku ikizanga, unaona kuku zote zinatembea na mguu moja. So you check that. So meaning in history of this bull, alikuwa anapata watoto ziko na short legs. So that one you call that one. So you say this one we should not continue like that. So if you have records, well and good. But if you don't have, You'll be doing the same thing over and over again and getting
same results.
Rashida, same results, poor results, not even results, poor results.
Okay, so that's actually good for the farmers. Oh, okay, nice.
Then on other news, they say aflatoxin control tips in your groundnuts. Aflatoxins. Aflatoxins. You know what aflatoxin is?
Yes.
It's the poison that's mainly emitted by poor handling of grains. Yes. The moment this gets growing mold, you put them poor storage, you put them somewhere, it get moist. Then now the chemicals start building. And if it builds more and more, you'll be killing the eaters. Mostly if it is livestock, mostly they'll be dying. Because like now, I'll give an example. There's a time in 2020. I was doing rabbits. Then there was aflatox problems. Right? I think within a span of 1 week, I lost over 40 rabbits because of aflatox.
Oh my God. I remember that.
Feeds. So we should be really serious. Measure before you store anything. Moisture content. Storage units. Where do you store it?
Make sure it's a dry place. Yeah.
It's dry. Then the aeration is okay. If you put somewhere, at least make sure ventilation is working perfectly. No one gets in there. Evo. Okay. Then make sure it's if you want to dry something. Don't be in a hurry. Ikaushe usikue sema hapana leo mimi nimechoka mbongo siko sawa. Moisture content kumesha is very important when you want to store grains. Because these things like now groundnuts they can be used to make animal feeds for human consumption. But now as much as you can kill an animal, the most painful part is killing someone. Yes. You've ever heard of people drinking, go drink some or eat meat? Then all of a sudden they went blind or died. These things.
Food poisoning and all that.
So we should look into that. So you can read more on those ones. You can read. You can go to standard media. You can read more about the aflatox controlling tips, or reach us out in your also at Farmers. We'll be sharing more about that.
Yes. Yeah. I'm really grateful for that. I think. I'll just ask you one question. The show for today. It has been a very engaging one for the youth. What advice would you give to the youths of Kenya?
I will tell you one thing. So anyway, I'll be very biased. Today I'm going to be very, very biased. I will talk about agriculture only. As a youth, take it upon yourself to find out how you will be eating in the next 5 years. Because if you're saying agriculture, everybody else is going away from agriculture. As well as how we'll be eating. So ni kazi kwenu. Tafute work hard mkuji agriculture. Tukombane na hadi yetu mpaka keleweke. Mpaka tupate chakula ya kutosha. We should be feeding ourselves. We should be a self-sufficient country in 10 years time. And that can only happen if you guys, Generation Z, become into farming. That's my parting shot.
Okay, Meskia youth, get into farming. It is a very viable career, and it's going to help the country in itself to be able to stand on its own, rather than borrowing, chakula kuna kule, ama saidia serikali, saidia this. We can actually be able to sustain ourselves. I am so grateful for the guys that you've been watching with us. This has been an amazing show. We're going to meet again. Do have a lovely day. My name is Helena. And do not forget, you can get us here live every single day on Afarmers Media, TikTok, Afarmers Media, or rather, TikTok, msisahau Friday. He is dancing.
Friday ni kesho.
Tulikuwa tumepanga na dance.
Anyway, as a ghost worker, for today, from 3 p.m. to Palatena Hapa. For the evening drive with the one and only Jackie Moore. Don't forget about that.
Do not forget.
Kesho mkikuja I will dance. If you don't, msahau.
So that is bye from us. Do not forget Farmers Media on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Peace be with you. Enjoy your day. Bye.